You've arrived at last. What were you doing, GP?
And I walked out and hit the showers. You have to look and smell good for these fine ass grannies.
Don't start with that shit about fucking grannies. You think you need a drink before we kick off the show?
Man, hell no. Let's get straight to the show. If you're a first time viewer, be sure to stick around for the entire video. Also, to like, subscribe, and share buttons if you enjoy the content. Lastly, most importantly, keep it respectful in my comment section if you just so happen to leave a comment. Now go ahead and cue the ground rules while I finish getting ready for the show. I'll be back with y'all momentarily.
Listen as we speak.
Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
Welcome to Reality with GP. Before the show starts, a few ground rules need to be said. Number 1, if you're a prominent YouTuber and you admire GP's editing style, add to GP directly about how he does his editing. Number 2, prominent YouTubers must do a reaction video to GP's latest upload to learn his editing techniques for free. Number 3, people who are emotionally sensitive to cold, hard truth, you don't belong here, so get the fuck on somewhere right now. Number 4, any non-black women or black women under the age of 40 who find GP romantically or sexually attractive, refrain from advances, or else you will get blocked. Number 5, if you are an attractive 40 to 55-year-old black woman and you would date and or marry a 24-year-old man, inbox GP on Instagram. It's GP, your show starts in less than 30 seconds. You ready?
You damn right I'm ready. And make sure I look good for the camera just in case one of these fine ass grannies decide to tune into the show. Alright, let's get it. Yo, what's good with y'all? It's your boy GP. Alright, I'm back and I got a few videos I'm reporting on for y'all today. I'm gonna let the first video play and I'm gonna come back and get my perspective on it as usual. Now let's roll that video.
Why Sigmas never chase women. Sigmas never chase women because they don't play the game on anyone else's terms, while everyone else is out there running around trying to win approval, seeking validation and scrambling for attention. The Sigma stands apart. He doesn't need to chase anyone to feel validated. His worth isn't determined by whether or not he's getting the attention he wants. For a Sigma, the idea of chasing is pathetic. It's a sign of desperation, a weakness that says, I need you to complete me. Sigmas don't need anyone to feel complete because they've already built themselves. They know their value. And they don't waste time chasing something or someone that isn't going to contribute to their own growth, goals, or success. The Sigma understands that chasing is about need, and need is a sign of dependence. Sigmas are fiercely independent. They don't rely on anyone for happiness or purpose. They know that if a woman is worth their time, she'll come to them. Because when you're a man with a strong sense of self, you attract what's meant for you. There's no need to beg or chase for someone to notice you. You stand out without trying. When a Sigma decides to get involved with a woman, it's on his terms. He doesn't play the dating games, chase after her approval, or try to convince her that he's the one. He just is. He doesn't chase because he knows that real attraction doesn't come from pursuit. It comes from respect, understanding, and mutual value. So if a woman isn't into him, he moves on no fuss, no drama. He has no time to waste on someone who doesn't see his worth. The Sigma's life is full of bigger goals, and chasing after a woman for validation is just a waste of energy. He's a man who knows his worth, and that's what makes him stand out. If a woman sees that she'll come, if she doesn't, he won't lose sleep over it. There are more important things on the horizon.
That video is 100% factual in my honest opinion. For being a Sigma male myself, in my overall experience, I would say there were a few things the creator of that video didn't mention about why we don't chase women. But I only listen to explain 2 of them. First point of discussion. Sigma males will always go out of our way to avoid anything or anybody that burdens us with unnecessary stress. For reference, the average guy might get emotional and some of them might even lash out after being rejected by women. Meanwhile, when I'm rejected by a woman as a Sigma male, I want to say, I understand, it was nice to meet you, have a nice day. Then I go about my business and fully divert my attention right back to myself. To put it more simply, Sigma males tend to avoid people and environments that don't reciprocate our energy. Second point of discussion. Sigma males have an inner peace and contentment that we're unwilling to compromise. For instance, if a woman dates an average guy and verbally antagonizes him, he'll most likely give her an aggressive, unhinged reaction. Meanwhile, if a woman dates a Sigma male and verbally antagonizes one of us, we'll simply tune her out while allowing her to talk to herself until she calms down and can speak to us in a simple tone and manner. In simple terms, it's just not worth our time and energy to verbally engage a belligerent and hostile individual, even if that person happens to be our girlfriend or spouse. Now, also location in the next video. On to the second video.
Women want Sigmas but fear them. Women want Sigmas because they're rare, mysterious, and carry a powerful presence that's unlike anything most people are used to. Sigmas don't follow the usual patterns. They're independent, self-sufficient, and have a confidence that doesn't need validation. They're like a puzzle, a challenge, someone you can't easily figure out, and that makes them magnetic. But here's why women also fear them. Sigmas are untouchable. They don't fall into traditional roles, and they don't chase or play games. They're not easily impressed, and they're not going to change who they are to make anyone feel comfortable. A Sigma's calm detachment and ability to walk away without a second thought make them feel powerful, but it also makes people nervous. Women realize that a Sigma isn't someone who needs them to feel whole. There's also the fear that a Sigma is unpredictable. He could give his full attention one moment, then disappear into his own world the next with no explanation. Women are drawn to his depth, but they know they'll never fully control him. He'll never be an open book or a predictable partner, which can be both thrilling and terrifying. Ultimately, women want Sigmas because they're different, rare and compelling in ways that most people can't understand. But they fear them because a Sigma doesn't compromise his independence, doesn't need anyone's approval, and can vanish from their life in an instant if he feels it's right. He's a man on his own path, and that's both desirable and intimidating.
Everything stated in that video was highly accurate, but there are multiple things that weren't mentioned in reference to how women have toward Sigma males. Now, I don't listen to explain too due to me being pressed for time at the moment. First point of reference, women get close to Sigma males, they want our presence in their lives to be constant. I say that because any woman I've gotten close to started caring too much for my well-being. By that I mean it would start to feel like they were looking out for me in the same way a parent would look out for their child. Second point of reference, our absence from their lives causes them to worry about us. I say that because every woman I've interacted with non-sexually has always either called or texted me and asked directly if I'm doing okay after not hearing from me for a while. To sum up the synopsis of what I'm saying here, when Sigma males keep our interactions with women non-sexual, the women we choose to be non-sexual with always start to coddle us in some way. And also location in the next video. On to the final video.
How women test Sigmas. Women test Sigmas because they can't figure them out. And let me tell you, that drives them crazy. Most men are easy. They're predictable, desperate for attention, bending over backward to impress. Women know this and they play the game effortlessly. But when they meet a Sigma, it's different. He doesn't care about the rules, doesn't respond the way they expect, and that throws them off balance. Here's how it works. A woman sees a Sigma and instantly knows he's different. He's calm, composed, not chasing anyone or anything, so she starts testing. Maybe it's a little flirtation, throwing compliments his way to see if he bites. Most guys would trip over themselves at that moment, but the Sigma, he doesn't react. He's polite but detached, and she's left wondering, why isn't he falling for this? Then comes the boundary test. She'll push, maybe a little teasing or trying to challenge his independence. She wants to see if he'll fold or change to keep her happy. But the Sigma holds firm. His boundaries are unshakable because his validation doesn't come from her. It comes from within. That's when she realizes she's dealing with someone who's not like the rest. Oh, and jealousy. That's a big one. She might mention other guys or create situations to see if she can spark some insecurity. With most men, it's an easy win. But the Sigma, he doesn't play that game. He knows his value and he doesn't see competition because frankly, there isn't any. His confidence is so solid. It's unshakable and that drives her wild. She's left wondering, how can I get to him? The real kicker though is patience. Women will test a Sigma's resolve by seeing if they can wear him down, making him wait, pushing him to react emotionally. Anything to crack that calm exterior. But here's the thing, the Sigma thrives in silence. Patience. He doesn't rush because he's too busy focusing on his purpose. She's left spinning, realizing she can't control him, can't distract him, can't own him, and that's what makes her want him even more. But here's the secret most people miss. While she's testing him, he's testing her right back. The Sigma is always observing, always measuring. He's asking himself, is she worth my time? Is she someone who adds value to my life? And if the answer is no, he walks away. No hesitation, no drama. That's the power of a Sigma. He's not afraid to let go.
All the statements in that video were 100% true. Now, as a Sigma male, I honestly can never understand how any man will stick around for any of those shit tests that women like to run. Now, I'll pivot my commentary on this one and go in depth about something similar to this subject matter, which would be reasons I choose to distance myself from a woman after being rejected. Now, most people might assume that I do this out of spite or anger, but the actual reason I choose to distance myself from women that reject me is because whenever I would allow women to constantly linger in my presence after rejection, my association with them will always morph into a dynamic that I found to be weird and uncomfortable. Now, there were 4 specific things that they would do that made the dynamic weird and uncomfortable for me. The first thing was, they will always grow weirdly attached to me. By that I mean, not one day would pass where they wouldn't want to be around me. It was to the point where I barely got any time to myself and being friends with them. Second thing was, they would start frequently inviting me out to eat with them and voluntarily paying for the tab every time. The third thing was they would start voluntarily buying me more than one present for my birthday and for Christmas. And the fourth and final thing was how quickly they would verbally assault someone who said something rude to me or about me. In simple terms, every woman who I've ever allowed to linger in my presence after they rejected me in the past would eventually start to spoil and overly protect me like I was their child instead of their friend. Now, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need anybody, male or female, trying to look after or protect me as if I were a child. I always fend for myself in all aspects of life, and I refuse to allow anyone to disrupt my strong sense of self-reliance and independence. If you are an attractive 40 to 55-year-old black woman and you can see yourself seriously dating and potentially getting married to a 25-year-old man, go ahead and hit your boy up on Instagram. All my socials are right behind me. Now, if you're a non-black woman, I don't want you. If you're a black woman under the age of 40, I don't want you either. But you can always do me a favor and send this to some of your 40 to 55-year-old female family members. And I'm 100% serious about that. Due to me being a young man who prefers older women, I classify my sexuality as granny sexual. If you're a first-time viewer and you enjoyed the show, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and share buttons. And don't forget to ring my notification bell. You literally just tuned in to the best one-man show in history. I'll see y'all on next.
If you enjoyed the show, be sure to follow the instructions right below me, unless you're illiterate. In the case that you're illiterate, go learn to read before tuning back into the show. This show is for fully literate adults only. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till next time.